What is supply chain management and where does this lecture focus on? If you look on this picture, supply chain is typically distributed across the globe, maybe in a country, it can also be only in a country, and it has always this kind of dependencies. And here's of course a very large supply chain. We have multiple suppliers. They deliver products to the first factory. They are producing so-called intermediates. The second factory is producing finished products. Then you're going to maybe a global hub, maybe in Europe and the US. Then you're delivering it to regional hubs, then to local hubs, and finally to the customer. The customer stands always in the center, so you're trying to serve your customer as good as possible. From supply chain management, the customer is always located to the right, and the so-called information flow is coming from the right. So the demand of the customer is really dictating nearly everything. If you look on this large supply chain network we have here on this map, of course, we have a lot of challenges. Think about this. From right to left, we have the so-called information flow, and from left to right, we have the physical flow. And if we speak about where does analytics help, is whenever we have to take a decision. So it starts maybe which supplier do we choose, where do we order, how much to order in the supply chain for the supplier domain. For the factories, it's maybe where do we produce, when do we produce, and how much to produce. In the global hubs or regional hubs, it's all about the distribution cycle, how much to stock, when to ship, where to ship, which transport routes, and so on. And finally, at the customer, which markets do we serve, with which products, with which segments, what is the service level behind. And the entire management, this is about supply chain management. So it's really overseeing the entire process from sourcing, producing, planning, delivering, always with a goal to fulfill customer demand. For our lecture, in this focus, we are not going on the full systems of supply chain management. We focus on the analytic support to improve or automate decisions within the supply chain management processes. Why do we speak about processes? Because the entire supply chain is organized around processes. Without processes, you don't know what to do. So we have to be, and we have to think process-centric if you speak about analytics. We should not think technology-centric. We have to support the best customer delivery with the best quality, and they are embedded in processes. And if you look from left to right or from right to left, we have the typical core processes. And these core processes can be divided in plan, so all about planning activities of the supply chain. It's about sourcing, where do we really buy our products and procure them. The make process is all about assembly processes. The distribute is how to distribute the finished goods to the individual regions and finally the customers. Typically, there are return processes from the customers. We will only tackle this in limited way in this lecture. And there are many support processes around, from finance processes to HR processes. Also here, this lecture is mostly focusing on the inner core processes. And if you think about a value chain overall of a company, it's even larger. Typically, you have maybe research and development, product design, and other processes. And this is really the difference between supply chain management and value chain management. Value chain design is way more. Though if we speak about the supply chain processes, it's important that we are going to this kind of terminology, that we have the plan, purchasing, production, distribution processes, sales processes. One of the sources for all this kind of processes, it's always a process hierarchy. So for example, if you go into the production space here, you have the support process, the scheduling process, the assembly production, the quality testing. These kind of processes, they always come with a process hierarchy. And one example where you can find this are the so-called SCOR model. These are the use cases we are tackling in the entire lecture. So we selected over 20 use cases. Some of these use cases are heavily depending in their processes. And we go step by step for each use case. always 5 to 10 minutes, explaining the topics, the dependencies. And I hope this really highlights the overall picture. Before we start with the use cases, we have to go through the process house. That we understand that especially reporting or data transparency can be used in all kind of processes, and to see a little bit the bigger picture.